Again, greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Logic Lounge with Fleazy Jones, episode 74, brought to you by Block Legend 7, of course. It's my birthday week, cuz. Word, happy hump day. I turned 42 Friday, so I'm excited that I get to have the trilogy with my Ireland brother from another mother, and that's J. Mac O'Connell, the author, the poet, the artist, the author of this joint. Which, forgive me, J. Mac, I haven't finished all of it, but man, listen. This brother, this actually will be his fourth time on the lounge. The brother first came my second episode. Second episode, he came to the open mic. I had a poetry open mic. He shut it down. And I did a first interview with the dude, my 8th episode. Shouts out to everybody. Salute, salute. And then I did a second interview with him on my 36th episode. And time has gone. This is a 2-year process. And I finally got the brother back for the trilogy on my 74th episode. Again, I'm not going to even waste time with a long introduction. I got a lot I want to ask this brother about his journey thus far, because in a way, it's been a growth together. This dude is, like I say, this dude has been on my second episode up to now, and I'm at 74. So that alone is dope, and we both have been doing all type of shit in the midst of that time. So, J-Mac.
Salutations, bro.
Man, listen to me, man. For one, I'm going to kick this off by just saying to everybody that's in here right now, to show how much love this dude shows. It's almost, if not 1 a.m., where this dude is right now. And it's 7 p.m. where I am right now. So if that don't tell you dedication, love, like just this brother right here, man, is different. I'm just grateful that you came back, man. We talked about the trilogy. Now we're here. Dude, and honestly, I know anybody that has seen you up until this point, dude, you're a different J-Mac. You're a total different J-Mac.
Facts.
You're a total different dude. Like, and the first thing I want to kick off, because it's so much, and we only got an hour, because the brother is working. So I'm trying to get everything I can.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah, bro.
Can I say brother to brother, fuck Darren? Can I say that publicly? Yeah, now you got me. Yeah, fuck Darren. Like I said, bruh, this right here is different. It's different. It is absolutely different. Now, I gotta tell those who don't know, I met this man as an artist and a poet. Learned down the line that this man was an author at the same time. So to know that there were, from what you shared with me, there were already plans of books, there were already trial periods, but for like the first official release where you like, you know what, I'm coming into this lane. Dude, this story you shared? Let me explain something to you, and I mean no disrespect with this, bro. I haven't even been able to calculate the poems yet, because I'm so, wait a minute, I come back to that. Respectfully, I ain't even there, because I'm like, yo, this is deep. This is deep.
Yeah.
This is deep. So I gotta ask, man, since the book release, how do you feel?
Bro, you know what? Since the book's released, you're the first person to ask me that. And I think I've got lots of questions surrounding the book and things, but that's my favorite question I've been asked, and this is why I fuck with you, Fleazy, because you really do. And like you said, it's been a testimony of my journey and your journey. I was here on the second Logic Lounge, then I think it was 36, 37. You said back here again now, bro. I feel, I guess the best words I could describe, and one of my favorite words that I've only come to start really being able to use as of late, is vindicated. I feel vindicated. I truly, truly feel vindicated because I've got to see it come full circle. And, it's that common thing as an artist, yeah? I've written, let's say, songs, I've written poems, and when you hear it is not when it was processed, and when it's out there for you to consume is not when I went through it. So, I condensed into 90 pages or so my full experience from start to finish, as well as the takeaway from that. And the fact that it's that clear and condensed, bro, that could have been to fluff that up with descriptions. I could have done whatever, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to give people that, right, okay, let's go there. So how do I feel? Even something you said there, fuck Darren, that was the energy for a long time. Now, for me, and you'll see as you come towards the end of the book, the fuck Darren stopped a long time ago. It's not about fuck Darren. It's not about fuck anyone, Fleazy, anymore. It's about it happened. Here's what I took away from it. I'm vindicated, and as a result, I have leaps and bounds, bro. So, like, yeah, he was the antagonist for part of the story, but you know what I mean, bro. People's parts in your story change. And now that I'm in that place where I can look back at it and say, yeah, I just feel vindicated, man. Things are still happening in my life, but I can genuinely say I'm the happiest I've ever been.
Again, with that type of story, J Mac, man, like I say, you've always been, from what I know, and now I can say our 2 years of knowing each other, because you've been here from the beginning pretty much with me. That is so huge to release that type of story. I have to ask, because I believe I'm able to ask you this. Have you, since the release, received any negative feedback, particularly from people involved in that story?
So, in line with the vindication, it's not something that the person in question would have ever given me. She's, but I did reach out. I'd stopped contact with this person a long time ago, and I did send her a message regarding the release. And what I might do as a special treat here is I might actually read it, because I think you guys will find it funny. Because the thing is it was a double-edged sword. You know me, Fleazy, I'm always going to be honest, whether it's popular or whether it's not. So part of the reason I messaged, I basically, the most toxic thing you can do afterwards is email somebody when they've blocked you and everything, or when you have them blocked and everything. But look, we always got the emails, you can't block that. So you know what I mean? So I did email this person, and I'll read that to you very quickly now, because it's only a short email. But what I said was, I said, hello, I'm contacting you for the sole purpose of informing you that this book exists. I do not desire dialogue, nor will I be checking for your response. Emails I choose not to read are automatically deleted, and I won't see them. I said, you have your memoirs, I have this. Contrary to what you may think, this isn't from animosity or angst. I wrote this book to help others who have been subjugated to the same trauma you put me through. I wrote it because after all I went through with you, I deserve to be paid from that kind of pain. I changed the names to protect you and identity, so you're welcome. Finally, the title of the book is really true. I have genuine gratitude for what you did and what you put me through. As a result, I am now a successful author, poet, battle rapper, artist. I'm being booked for podcasts, international shows, and anything else, you name it. I said, so thank you for enough content to make a career out of it for myself, and most importantly, thank you for cheating. And then in brackets, I said, if you have any problems with the link, please just type in thank you for cheating book to Amazon. It will be the first result. And of course, feel free to leave a review at your own discretion. vindicated, Fleazy.
So let me tell y'all how dope this dude is. My follow-up question that I called myself segue into a next question was this release personal liberation? And I believe that question has been answered.
Yeah, it was Fleazy.
Because dude, you are shining. You're brighter.
Bro, bro, when I went from what I went, when I listen, you have to even just try and fathom the passion I had for this person. Like the level of love I had for that woman. It you know what I mean? I don't want to put myself on a pedestal amongst other men and stuff like that, but anything you've ever seen me do, I do passionately. I can't, I brush my teeth with passion.
Right.
I don't be there. I move my whole head, bro. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean, bro? Anything I do, it's 1,000,000%. And loving her was that too. But then also going from loving her to being betrayed by her while being in this weird place of almost hating her but loving her, that was difficult. But now, yeah, like it is liberating because now I can take that same sort of passion and apply it to endeavors that fulfill me. And because they do that, I end up far more fulfilled than the next person because I do it at that level of passion. And the thing is, what she did show me how to do, regardless of whether, she often said to me afterwards, "Oh, I feel like I built you up for another woman," and it's like, well, do you know what I mean? We don't attribute, I guess, the rise of the Roman Empire for what was torn down before it. We attribute that to the building blocks that the Roman Empire and the generals put in bloody place. I'm a general. Do you get what I'm saying? She left me bleeding on the battlefield. You know what I mean? And she's trying to act as if, that was she did me a massive favor. No, I would have bled out and I would have died. But I learned how to be a medic for myself. I learned how to be not just a warrior, but how to lead, how to delegate, how to use that ambiguity that she had and everything, and then manifest that into me. It all comes down to one thing, Fleazy. You cannot control what happens to you, but you can control how you react or how you respond to it. Don't react to shit, respond to it. And it's a superpower, man. It's a superpower what she's left me with.
Dude. And honestly, again, it shows. It shows. I have to continuously use what I seen with my own eyes. There was a certain J Mac. Now, granted, there are some things that will never change. It's just not going to change. So when you see that level, it's almost like those who were there see that layer of wall, brick, whatever you want to call it, come off you. That's why I asked that. But like we are swordsmen, sir. So we fence. There is a method to my madness because with every yin there is a yang.
Yes.
Where does that put J Mac now that this is released? Where does that put you with dating?
I have a line where I say I said no time for dating because it's no time for dating because I'm updating the playlist. Again, I do everything. It's funny, bro. It's funny because it's a difficult one, yeah. For a guy who is exclusively single as I am, I desire love, man. I desire connection more than most, literally before I got on this and after this, I'm watching Love is Blind on Netflix, I'm that guy, bro. I'm a hopeless romantic. I always have been. And don't get it mixed up, like, do you know what I mean? Battle rap is battle rap. We'll get into the ring and, I'll thump someone's head and I'll take my lumps. But bro, that's just because I'm passionate. I love connection, bro. I love love. So I'm open to dating. I'm open to things, but the problem is for me is it's kind of like where and when does that become possible? Because the only sort of entanglements or any potentials I've come across happens to be from Instagram because that's where I'm present. You know what I mean? I made a joke, and I'm never gonna joke with the universe again. I made a joke last year, and I said to my brother, I said, for a woman to have access to a conversation with me to lead to something, she'd have to knock on my bedroom door. And that happened. That actually happened. So I won't get into the whole situation, but I was renting a room in a house. A girl moved in with her boyfriend, and this girl decided that she liked me, regardless of having her boyfriend. She ended up drugging him one night and told me about it. Oh, I've got him drugged up. He's passed out. Can I come into your room? And I was like, bro, I am so not looking for this. Like, and I was just looking at the universe. I was looking up and I was like, are you taking the absolute piss? I said, listen, I said, that was a joke. I said, you don't need to actually get this woman knocking on my door. Bro, that was crazy. That situation, actually, I won't get it another time, but that led to some crazy shit, that situation. But yeah, for me, it's like, yeah, I'm open to dating, but the thing is it needs to be in alignment with where I'm going. And if there's any tension, I'm okay with us working at things, because I know not everything is going to be the way I want it to be. But when you went from, and this, I'll leave you with this final thought on that question. I went from a guy who completely relied on that woman. I wasn't a leader. I wasn't living in my masculine. She could control me. Do you know what I mean? And I put all my eggs into one basket. So realistically, what you've got to think of is, once that's all been ripped away from you, what do you've got left? Well, what you've got left is a man who knows what it's like to love somebody more than life itself, but to also know what it's like to not love himself in lieu of that. So now what's on the other side of that? Now you got a man who loves himself. So for me, dating is only ever going to be possible when she allows me to lead, when she trusts me to lead, and when I'm going to be in a situation where we walk in alignment with each other. If there's resistance, if there's games, and bro, that's all that's happened over the last couple of years. The second I get a sniff of an amber flag, I'm gone.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is a lot of these women, they think it's crazy because I'm very available straight away. If you get me into a talking stage, I'm there for you like this. We're even if we're just talking, I'm loyal. Do you know what I mean? I will do all of the green flags I think is needed from a man. But then what they do is they get comfortable with that, and they almost get comfortable with disrespecting me. And then I don't tolerate it at all. And then all of a sudden it's like they feel disrespected because I felt disrespected that they disrespected me. And it's like, listen, like there was one girl, like, you know, we just got into a talking stage and we couldn't communicate the issue. And then she said, well, why aren't we still talking? We could have sorted that. And I said, no, because that little tiny thing showed me how we're going to argue over kids, how we're going to argue over marriage, how we're going to argue over big financial problems, how we're going to argue over this. So look, trust the signs, like, you know what I mean? The seeds and the winds of change will show you exactly what's going to be up with the big situations. And look, I want a stress-free life. I want me and you to succeed together. I want my children to be around positive. I want them to go, wow, look how much mom and dad love each other. So if I think you're coming with that bullshit, miss me with it. And as a result, but the thing is, for a lot of men, they find that hard to do, because I'll be honest with you, this is me saying on a public forum here, I've had sex in 5 years, probably about 6 times. Do you know what I mean? Could I have sex more? Yeah, definitely. But I'm not giving my energy out. I'd prefer to stay single for another 10 years and find what I deserve, rather than being like, yeah, I don't know where this is going, but it's comfortable. Fuck that. I'm not built for comfort. I'm built for speed.
When you put it like that, what can you say to that? That's just point blank range. Point blank range right there. Again, you released something major. And you didn't just settle there. You kept going. You said it. You're not sitting. You're in complete motion. So again, from a brother who has been on my show 4 times, I believe I can say this. How in the hell did you get into author, poet, artist, and now amateur boxer? Please give me the bio on that. When you first told me, I was thrown off. and I didn't want to say anything. I was like, yo, okay, I'm gonna see this out. J Mac is crazy as shit. This man is always doing something. How did we get there?
You know what, Fleazy? I don't like who I was. I think you have to become extremely uncomfortable with yourself before you're able to make drastic changes. And let me put it like this, right? I would prefer to have very traumatic situations happen in my life than slightly traumatic situations. I'll tell you why. The woman who's in a not too bad relationship, she's not going to leave. It's not where it could be. Oh, I'm in a job where my boss isn't too much of a dick, but I'm not really progressing. Those are the situations people stay in. It's when you go to the other extreme where it's like, so give me challenges, give me trauma, give me adversity, give me animosity. I prefer that because I can use that as a catalyst as opposed to anything else. So when you ask me that, it's like, well, how did you go from this to this? I mean, the first rap I ever wrote was a result of, bro, all of this, everything I've ever done to date is a result of that breakup and that trauma and what was done to me. And I say what was done to me because for too long I've made excuses and I've protected people who don't deserve it. You know what I mean? Because of my integrity, nothing to do with them. So let's start from the start, I guess. So, okay, I learned about the situation. I wrote a little rap about it. And and I'd written raps in the past, but I'd never taken it seriously. Writing then became a process for me where I guess the first time I'd learned to rap on a beat, I was like, holy shit, I can actually do this. And it was so far from everything I told myself because I've said this on the first interview I had with you. I'd been a student of the game for many years, but I always had the negative self-talk of you're not good enough. How could this little farmer boy from Kerry become a this, that, and the other? And do you know what it is? Is I got so uncomfortable with being, in my eyes, a fat, pathetic loser, which is what I saw myself as for many years, that I just became so uncomfortable with it. And I remember that girl sitting me down and saying, no one will ever love you. Like, no one could ever want you. No one could ever see you as a partner. No one could ever, you'll just be a fat, useless alcoholic. You know what I mean? And harshly worded as some of her points were, she did have some points. And I think that's something that we need to learn as people, is that just because someone's an asshole doesn't mean that, a broken clock's right twice a day. So what I did after that breakup, and I talk about this in the book, it's called The Grieving Glow Up, which is a chapter in the book. And what that means is essentially I made a list of the things that she said I was bad at, and then I wrote alternatives next to them. So, for example, drinking became kickboxing, smoking became, I don't know, fucking yoga, whatever it may be. Do you know what I mean? Just shit that I wouldn't normally do because I kept doing things and I kept getting the same results. And I was almost like, oh, why is this happening? Well, because I keep doing the same shit. So as a result of that finishing, I just took myself a bit more seriously and I said, right. But again, I was doing it for the wrong reasons. I was doing it because I wanted her to see what I was doing. Oh, I'm good enough now. Pick me. I'm better. I'm the man that you saw that you thought I would never be. And you know what I mean? But then I guess just repetition. Over time, you just become that person because it stops being about them and you stop looking for them. You know what I mean? You stop looking to see are they in your story views. You stop looking to see, oh, they've blocked me. Before you know, bro, you just don't care anymore and you just do those things to yourself out of repetition. Do you know what I mean? They become habitual things. So like obviously when I started rapping, I was like, right, I'm going to be good at this. I'm going to release music. Battle rap just happened because as a result, I'd always loved it. I thought it was really cool. It's like the modern day version of the Gladiators for me almost. It became something to push my music, but then I became really good at it. I was announced, newcomer of the year last year. Bro, I'm battling on a card this in June with Big K. And for anyone who don't know Big K, he's the biggest battle rapper in the world right now. Do you know what I mean? And that's America. Like he's the biggest battle rapper available. I'm like anything, and I'm not to toot my own horn, bro, but anything that I have pursued and decided to be good at, I have excelled in. I never. It's always a need. It always stems from a need. Music, expression. the book Expression. Now I don't write pain music anymore, Fleazy. I can't sit down and write shit about pain because I don't feel pain no more. I write for fun now. I've been writing R&B shit because now music is fun for me as opposed to me alleviating all that frustration and pain. My next book that I'm working on now, you know, because I find it very hard to live in celebration of the things that have just happened. I need to do the next thing. The next book is on the way, Odes to Aphrodite. It's going to be a love book, and it has nothing to do with pain. It's all to do with longing and love and all of that kind of stuff. And obviously the amateur boxing, bro, I don't even know how, I genuinely don't know how that happened. No idea how that happened. I just ended up in a group chat one day, and fuck it, bro, I could have been drunk. I don't even know, man. And I could have been drunk, bro. And I was just ended up in a group chat, and I knew that there was a date set, and I knew I had to fight a dude. So fuck it, why not, bro? Do you know what I mean? Sign me up for the next thing. Like, I don't know, bro. I'll get, like you mentioned fencing earlier. Anybody want to teach me how to fence? Fine, don't teach me. I'll look on YouTube and I'll fence a guy in a week. I don't care, bro. Do you know what I mean? And again, I'm glad you brought up the fight because I really liked the footage that you used because the footage you see me getting knocked on my ass, and that's something I think it's really important for people to see, because the thing is that when I come in, and there's a post I put on my page recently of me playing pool, and I'm fucking excellent at that too, and in the post I say anything that I have chosen, and understand my language here, anything that I have chosen or decided to be excellent at, I am, because I don't think I'm going to be great at it. Now, let's take that fight, for example. I got my ass kicked. Now, yeah, don't get me wrong, I hurt the guy too, do you know what I mean? When you guys see the footage back, you'll see I got my licks in, do you know what I mean? I did well. Dude was 22 kg heavier than me, an experienced MMA fighter. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I was always getting my ass handed to me, but I went in there with some self-belief that I would win. I didn't get the W. I got, you know, my ribs are in agony. I'm on pills right now for the pain, bro, and that was 2 weeks ago. I've got bruised up ribs. I think one might be broken. Fuck knows. But at the end of the day, I'd do it all over again. I got my next one in September. Bro, I hadn't been pulled off the mat before I was talking about the next fight saying, get me in here again. Because it's just like, there's one thing about me, bro, is that I'm a relentless fucker. I will just keep coming, and I will keep coming. Like when I started rapping, bro, I wasn't the best. Now I'm excelling people and taking people over. You know, when you first met me, you were like, bro, what? 2 years? You know what I mean? 2 years. And I'm like, you sound like you're rapping for 10. Yeah, because I put in the work of 10 years. Now, when this fight's coming up, bro, I'm going to be fucking in the gym all the time. I've already enlisted the help of my brother, Ill Visions. He's going to teach me how to box properly. The next dude I get in with there, he's in fucking trouble, bro, because this fight I was fighting myself. Next fight, I'm fighting the dude. I just think, you know, one of great saying that I always love is, you know, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And luckily I've got both. It's the Rock's, you know, anthem, what he always says, you know, you won't outwork me. You will not outwork me. Like, bro, if you saw how much writing, like, when people look at the amount of writing that I actually do, they can't even comprehend it.
Yeah.
And that's saying something, bro. So, I mean, how do you get into this, J-Mac? How would you get into that? How does anyone do anything, bro? We all have the same 24 hours. I just use mine better than the average person. And again, I can understand why I come across as arrogant or facetious or conceited or any of those things. But frankly, I couldn't give a fuck, which is the most important thing. And second of all, I am so aware of who I am that that's all I care about. Like, don't get me wrong, I take other people into consideration, but I think you need to be true to yourself. Confidence is built from following through on the promises you make yourself, whether it be making your bed in the morning, whether it be whatever. So I'm the most reliable person I know. And that's saying something, because I used to rely on other people, and that's where all the pain stemmed from. Now, at least I know if I'm disappointed in the morning, it's because I disappointed myself, and I'll take accountability from that, and I will improve, and I'll become resilient from that.
I have never in my life been humbled by a man that just told me, you're like, yeah, I got knocked on my ass. And while on my ass, I said, here's the next fight. That's a stubbornness a lot of people can't match. but it's a beautiful stubbornness at the same time, because who is anybody to say what you feel about yourself? And that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. When you told me you were, you're like, yo, I'm just training for a fight. You said it like how you say you had new songs coming out, new books coming out, new poems coming out. Yeah, I'm training for a fight. It's in April. What? What? Oh, okay. All right, cool, bro. I'm gonna say the same shit all the time. I'm with you. All right. That's different. Now we got to go back to where you say you do things and you make sure you're excellent at it. Last time we talked about the duo FTS, you and Lizzie C, who also, shouts out to Lizzie C, got to join me here at the lounge. A little birdie told me that the gargantuans may be butting heads in the battle rap ring. If I could I get a little history on how we go from FTS the duo to FTS the battle?
Well, I thought you might ask that, and I thought you might ask that. And look, at the end of the day, Fleazy, one of the very first things I ever heard from you that I fucked with was anyone can get it. So anyone can get it. Not 98% of people can get it. Not everybody, excluding Lizzie C, can get it. Not fuck all of that. Anyone can get it. So she happens to fall into that category. Look, it's like this, you know, and I love Lizzie, and you know what it is. She knows me, and you know, she knows the way I operate and what circles I run in, and blah blah blah. How that ended up transpiring was, and this is public information, so it doesn't matter. But I recently, my last battle was Scaldy. My last proper battle was Scaldy. Now Scaldy is someone who's dangerous. He's a dangerous guy. Me and him had we put down a classic on beat, and a lot of people were expecting me to get washed. Some people think I did. Other people thought I beat him 3-0. The general consensus at the end when they wrote there's actually an article, and they said that they thought it was a debatable. There's no clear winner. So I'll take that. Lizzie was also supposed to battle this guy afterwards, and I guess, you know, make it clear, or whatever, as part of the FTS. She couldn't make that clash, or she didn't make that clash, and but it wasn't her first time. She had a history of no shows in the past when it comes to battle rap, and then Scaldy particularly, this was the third time she didn't make the clash with him. So that dude had 9 rounds for her written, and she let him down for a third time. Now this is where me and Lizzie have we've had a difference of opinions in regards to how this works. But anyway. So what it comes down to is she essentially no-showed a guy 3 times. I just battled the guy and arguably won. So her, and I'm not taking nothing away from the girl, her stock level is through the roof. You know, people pay to see Lizzie. Why do you think go with me? Like, me and her fuck with each other, you know? Something has to be said for my very short span in this battle rap thing, and being in the same conversation with her in a short space of time, of her being in it for X amount of years and whatever. So when the whole thing, her not meeting Scaldy and stuff, I was actually looking for an opponent for June, and I was thinking, fuck this, man, I can't find anybody. Like, genuinely, the promoters were having a tough time, because they were like, you're in this weird place where you're too good for the guys who should be at your level, but the guys who are above your level, well, above my level, they're like, he's fresh. You know what I mean? So it was this weird place where I was struggling to get a clash, but then there was a thing for Lizzie where it was like, is she going to get booked again? Like, how reliable is she, sort of a thing? Not a lot of people would take the clash. So in a way, I saw it as a double-pronged thing. I said, well, I'm going to do myself a favor by battling her and winning, because that clearly puts me ahead. Do you know what I mean? Like, that cements me as, like, you know, oh shit, he's almost the legend killer. Do you know what I mean? He's coming in like Randy Orton here, just dealing out RKOs to legends, whatever. But then at the same time, Lizzie sees it as punishment for her not doing what she was supposed to do. But in any case, I see it as a favor to her almost, because she wouldn't have been on. I don't think she would have been on this card. I don't think anybody here would have been willing to book her again. Well, even if they were willing to book her, not a lot of people would have said, yeah, oh, the girl who no showed him 3 times and has a history of it. Yeah, I want to take that ball. I want to write for her and prep for her, because I know and love Lizzie, and I know she respects me and I respect her, regardless of us butting heads. I know she will show up against me, and I know she's planning to bring her what weapons she's got in her arsenal, and I'm planning to do the same. I just happen to think mine's bigger.
So, okay, we gonna be realistic, J Mac, because we could shoot the shit, brother. We can talk. Where does that put the duo? Now let me, before you answer this, what you just said, right? You are aware that you will go to the battle. You never said she wasn't a worthy opponent, so I give you salute there. But you are already sure that you will win. Where does that put FTS? And does it even matter?
I'll be honest with you, it depends on her. I can say this comfortably with chest right now. There's nothing she can say that will make me feel anything or have any reservations towards her after. She can go she knows more about me than most. She knows about dead relatives, she knows about, children in my life, things like that. If she feels the need to go there, more power to her. It's a battle. It is what it is. I don't care. I'm not convinced. This is the thing is, we performed together recently. We're working on music as it happens, you know what I mean? We are still working together, and things like that. Look, all I'll say without giving too much away is that I would see it personally as a sign of respect, what I'm willing to do to her, because I'm willing to take her head off. Basically, if I'm willing to kick the shit out of you with that much vigorous force, it means I really care about you. Because I'm not sleeping on Lizzie. She's fucking dangerous, bro. If I go in there and I'm not at my best and I don't do what I need to do, she will kill me. And I will be in a very precarious situation in battle rap. And plus, bro, I'll never fucking live it down. She'll always be in my ear. At least if I win, I won't bother her about it. She won't shut up about it if she wins. So I can't have that. For me, it doesn't make a blind bit of difference, bro. A battle's a battle. It does I know a lot of people say that they don't care what gets said, but I don't. Like, literally, you could say some horrible shit, bro. Dead relative, blah, blah, blah. All I'm hearing is, you're speaking Sims language. The only reason I'm even paying attention to the words you're saying is because I can rebuttal what you're saying and make the crowd. So if she can stand on business, and if she can stand in front of what I've already written for her, because I'm ready already, bro. I got 3 rounds down. If she is ready to stand in front of that and she's willing to take that and take the lumps, and if she loses as a result of where I'm willing to go, then fucking more power to her, man. If she doesn't, I'll deal with that situation as it happens. Do you know what I mean? Either way, it will be fine. It is what it is, and it will be what it will be. Doesn't mean I love her any less, and I hope she understands that about me. And if she doesn't, well, then I guess I'll be misunderstood. Bro, that's a testimony of what it means to be my friend, because if we're competing in the same arenas, one of my friends said to me recently, a mentor of mine, he said, "Can you imagine losing a friend over a battle?" And I said, "Bro, fuck that. Can you imagine losing a battle over a friend?" That's where I'm at, bro.
So by any means.
Yeah. Every means. Like, the thing is that even if I get super personal, bro, about shit, or even if I don't, do you know what I mean? Because I know she'll watch this back. I could be going super personal, and I expect she'll take those lumps and she won't blink twice, because you're a battle rapper. You've done this for a while, mate. You know what is entailed. I mean, she has said some fucking horrific things to people. So I'm sorry, but the fact that you are a female in this industry means fuck all to me. I'm going to beat the shit out of you as if you were a man. And, that's the position she's put herself in, and I put myself in. So yeah, by any means necessary. Now, I might completely get inside her head and make her think I'm doing super personal shit, and I might not come with any personal shit. And I might use that as an angle You know, the only thing, Fleazy, that I would prefer is I'm full of mind games before I battle somebody. So like just the fact that I know she'll watch this back now, she's gonna be scratching her head going, is he gonna go personal? He's not gonna go personal. I love that. I'm thriving right now. You know what I mean? I would prefer like, you know, once the battle's done, I'll be glad that I don't have to do that with her anymore. I'll be glad that we won't have this animosity because we did have a little argument about why this clash is happening, you know, and you know, she got upset about some things. I don't really get upset. I just kind of think, oh, that's stupid. But we'll always bounce back from it. And look, I mean, look, at the end of the thing is, if I upset her and she wants to talk to me afterwards, we can discuss it. But like, I don't know, bro. It's the clash. Just you, she's in my way. Every other time she's been by my side. After this, I hope she's still by my side. But if she is, she is, and if she isn't, she isn't. It is what it is. I'm gonna win.
So with that in mind, I get that you're able to do this and go back to work the next day as if that's nothing.
Hmm.
What happens if she's not on that same page? Because I say this because for one is different. I'm getting used to, you know, rap music and everything, period, on your side of the map. You know what I mean? So I hear what you guys are saying. There is some pretty harsh shit. And I know you, I believe you when you say, you know what, you can say what you want, it doesn't mean anything. But, and
Yeah.
this is no disrespect to women at all. We are talking about two things, a friend and a female. Now, granted, you are in this field, so you are understanding of what comes with this. But if she's not able to let that go, where does that put J Mac musically? Do we continue with J Mac just as a solo artist? Do we try to save STS? What would be the emergency plan that and I can damn near see your ass by your facial expression.
Bro, I mean, if she has a problem, if she has a problem after the clash, then that's her problem, and I wish her the best with it. And how to deal with it and how to navigate her feelings. I'm not going to be held ransom to a pre-existing relationship, no matter the depth of it, because of what I said in the clash. Fuck off. That'll be my response. Tough shit. Get over it. Here's a tissue. Do you know what I mean? That's tough shit. Like, and okay, do you know what I mean? It might seem flippant and it might seem whatever, but she knows me. She knows I love her to pieces. And but how would she feel if I cried about it? Do you know what I mean? If she says something really, really mean to me and I go, oh, I don't want to be in your group anymore. Like, that, to be honest with you, bro, it'd probably put me. Her throwing her toys out the pram, if she decided to do that, that would actually just make me not want to work with her anyway. Because I'm just like, geez, you know, I always have this thing where I just assume everyone thinks the way I do. Maybe that's not always the best thing to do, but like at the end, bro, like it's unfortunate, but it's not my cross to bear. Do you know what I mean? If she gets upset about things I said in a clash, number one, I want to apologize for anything I say in a clash, no matter how much it upsets or exposes her. Because that's what what you're gonna give out to me for doing my job really well? Fuck that. I don't accept that. And I think as well, what happens is if you allow people to do that to you, you become a victim to reactions and cancel culture and all that bollocks. Do you know what I mean? For example, there was a guy who clashed her, a guy who clashed her before, and he called out, you know, her girlfriend and called her a heifer in the room. He called it, you know, he called her girlfriend fat in the room. And the thing was, is that was a big problem afterwards, and he actually apologized for it. And you know, Lizzie was upset about it, and I said, you know, the biggest mistake there, I said, was him apologizing. She was like, well, what you mean? And I said, if you're gonna be willing to have the balls to stand there and say that, stand on it. I don't write anything that I'm not willing to defend afterwards. So, do you know what I mean? It is what it is. I have enough music on my own to like, bro, I'm never relying on nobody. And this is not me saying I don't love or value Lizzie. Of course I do. But all I'm saying is I am self-sufficient. I've got enough music in the pipeline. Whereas if FTS was nothing tomorrow, cool. Do you know what I mean? Fine. I'll just do solo music then. Do I want to continue doing FTS? Yes. Do I love Lizzie and Cherisher? Yes. If anybody else upset her, I'd break their face. Do you know what I mean? And that's it. But as much as I'm willing to protect her energy, I protect mine first, because one thing I learned about life is that you have to put yourself first. You have to bat for yourself first. I'll go to bat for that girl, but I'll go to bat for myself first. If she wanted to discontinue the music thing afterwards, well, then that's a shame, isn't it? But it is what it is.
I salute that. You don't have to agree to respect something. I respect that. When you break it down like that, that would be absolutely difficult. But that I can only speak for me personally. But I'm not a battle. You know what I mean? So that it's just the technique behind it. You know, your strategy. That's dope, man. Again, still jack of all trades before we wrap this up today, man. I saw not too long ago a reel of a promotion where looks like J Mac and a partner had an actual poet show. Was that a special thing, or is this something that we got cooking that's gonna be a constant thing?
Oh, I love that question, bro. You don't miss anything, you don't. Yeah. The logic, yo, you and Block, man. I gotta shout you, man, out, 'cause you just guys everywhere, bro. Yeah, that's me and Terry Ann, and that's a good question, and I don't think either of us can answer that properly, because, and I'll tell you why. The reason me and Terry Ann decided to do a show in the first place is because we realized that our energy was equally chaotic. I've tried to host shows before for various platforms and it's never worked because I'm just too sporadic. I have so many endeavors because I can pick them up and put them down. I can go boxing training, right? I'm bored of this. I can write a song, right? I'm sick of this. I can write a chapter to a book, right? This is boring now. Let me write some battle bars. Do you know what I mean, bro? It's like I can prepare, and it's all mood based, so I'm never bored. But in Terry Ann just realized we're both ridiculously spontaneous and stuff, so we said let's just do a weekly show. So it was actually supposed to we do a weekly show. We did one, then I couldn't do it the next week, then she couldn't do it for 3 weeks afterwards. So then so to answer that question, I have no fucking idea, man. I actually messaged her earlier today about it, and she was like, oh, I've done so many shows recently, I need a break. And then I was like, yeah, cool. I was like, let's pick this back up in a few weeks time. You know, so it's I don't know. We'll probably pop back in and out, but like, just be happy it's there when it's there. Don't have any expectation to people out there, and just enjoy it when it does come around. Do you know what I mean? It may be a consistent thing, it may not be. Who the fuck knows? I don't even know, bro. I have no idea what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, but all I know, it's going to be something.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I can't be mad at that. I can't be mad at it because you're doing so much, man, and it's like it just looks calculated. So to even hear that answer, the only reason I believe it is because it's coming from you. You
Well,
know,
you know what? It was calculated a little bit. So basically, me and her decided that we wanted to write a book together of like short poems. But even that, bro, it was like the way we structured it was send each other a line each, and then whatever. And I think we got like 3 poems down, and they were pretty cool. But like then it just stopped, bro. And it's like, I don't know, maybe it will be something, maybe not. I've got a lot going on, man. Between studio sessions, I've got to organize. I got to get ready for this clash with Lizzie. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of fucking plates spinning at the moment, bro. And you know, contrary to popular belief, I actually do sleep. And I do try and unwind and do things for myself and stuff. So I don't know where I'm going at the moment, bro. I'm just enjoying the process because that's not something that I was always able to do. It's the place that I'm in now. So I'm going to keep creating. I don't know what that looks like in long term. I do know that I'm part of an international anthology that's coming out, I believe, in May. That is through Valerie Lorraine Productions. That's something I forget about that. I forget that I'm part of another international anthology. So you've got Thank You for Cheating released in January. You got this book in May, and then by August you'll have my second book, Ode to Aphrodite, and I think I might close out the year with another book after that. We'll see, how we go, bro. But yeah, fuck knows, bro.
Yeah. Before we get out of here, man, my two final questions to you. One being a semi-personal question again from us having this back and forth so many times. You had major changes before FTS became a duo, before Thank You for Cheating even became released, or you even decided to let us know it would be released. You had some major changes that I will leave there due to things that we talk about, but in a roundabout, with everything that's going on with that major change, would you say your storm has passed?
Hopefully not. Um, because I can't milk this content for the relationship for too much longer. I need something else, bro. I need something else to write about. I think I'm always gonna be a chaotic person who gravitates towards the eye of the hurricane. But that's where I'm best suited, bro. Now, obviously, look, there are people who care about me in my life, and there are people on here who care about me, and nobody wants to see I'm in a precarious situation or in a vulnerable situation. Bro, October, and October, I battled Scaldy. October was when I got out of hospital, where I nearly died. And for people, maybe you know this, maybe you don't. I put up a plea online, on Instagram, saying I was in a vulnerable situation, and a couple of weeks later, I found myself hospitalized. They moved me from a public to a private hospital and paid for it because I was that close. I was genuinely on death's door, to the point where I'm only deeping it now. I'm only looking back and saying I actually nearly died. Like, you know what I mean? So no, I don't want to be back there, bro. But that was because of poor decisions on my part, of my health, of things I was doing that weren't good for me, and blah blah blah. Which is why I took the fight, bro. You know what I mean? Obviously, I don't think I remember taking the fight, but I know my intention behind taking it was, you need to get healthy in a couple of months, or else you're gonna get the shit kicked out of you. I got healthy and got the shit kicked out of me anyway, but at least I got healthy. And they asked me that before the fight. They were like, "Yo, like, how do you feel about winning, losing?" And I was like, "Bro, I already won. I trained for this." You know what I mean? So, yeah, to answer that, I don't think the storm is ever going to fully be over, nor would I want it to be. But I think the destructive, is he going to die this week or not, J-Mac? I think we're done with that. It's not attractive anymore to me. It's not fun anymore. I think I've milked it for all I can get. And I think that I'm starting to let go of who I used to be. The thing is you almost feel like, I almost felt like I was betraying myself by allowing myself to be happy, because I just sat with that guy for so long, man. I was just so unhappy for so long, man. And I was just so used to that guy. And almost felt like I was cheating on him by allowing myself to be happy. But I think it's about time that I allowed myself to be happy. I think I deserve it. I think I've spent so long in my life trying to make sure everyone else was happy that it's J-Mac's time now.
Through a lot, brother. You've let go of a lot of things. You don't share, but you don't have to. Those who have been around see that. And you've let a lot go, and I got to tell you, brother, on a person that knows what that's like and have seen many fall to things of that sort, I got to say I'm proud of you. I'm absolutely proud of you. You know what I mean? That was a lot, J Mac. You know what I'm saying? You were going through it, and I knew it. I knew you were going through it. And to hear that is just dope. It's emotional dope. I ain't gonna even hold you, bro. My final question, because you perfectly segued me into my final question. If you could go back and tell Lil Jon O'Connor something, what would it be?
Whoa, great question, man. I think I think it would just be something as simple as, you're good enough, bro. You are good enough. And yeah, for me to, bro, like for me to, bro, I fucking, I don't know, man, that kid, you know what I mean? Little John O'Connell, whatever, you know. I I I I don't think he'd understand, man, what is available to him in his later life, you know. I would just tell him that you're enough, bro, and just yeah, you are enough. It took me so long to realize it, bro, but it is simple as that. It is as simple as you are good enough. So many people wait for validation. They wait for something to happen. They wait to be told that they're enough. They wait for the green light. They wait for that. You know, I think it was Emma Watson who said years ago, "If not me, who? If not now, when?" You know, and I think that that is going to be the thing that will resonate with me. You know, I'd go back and I'd tell that kid, do what makes you happy, not what you think other people want you to do. Do you know what I mean? You like watching Dragon Ball Z, watch that shit more. Don't get into soccer because you fucking hate it. Do you know what I mean? Small things, bro. I just think that, I think doing things that were good for my soul, without, that didn't hurt other people, and genuinely, I would have probably told him to tell more people to fuck off.
Straight like that.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any better way to end a trilogy than that way right there. With that said, brother, I appreciate you as always coming to sit with me, growing with me. Uh, here's to more growth, brother. What do we have upcoming other than we know the fight is coming? We know the clash is coming. Any other upcoming projects that we missed or any final thoughts before we get out of here?
I would just like to say, I am full throttle when it comes to what I'm doing in the future. That I'm very bad at the present. I barely promoted the book. Thank you for cheating. It's available on Amazon. I don't like saying struggling artist because it insinuates that I'm struggling, but aren't we all in some way? Realistically, I mean, I do need to put more emphasis on this book. If you haven't already, head to the link in my bio and support it. I got a track out with Red Wolf at the moment, very talented guy. I post most of the stuff that's going on with me, so you probably won't see any releases or anything like that for a couple of months. I am hyper focusing on the clash coming with Lizzie because it's a big card, and it's a big opportunity for me to put myself. So yeah, I guess in terms of plugging myself, please have a look at the book. I think it would really help people. The more traction I get on Amazon as well, the easier it is for my next projects to do well. And yeah, man, I want to be able to feed my family one day, you know, by doing this, by helping people. And I want to show other kids out there. I want to show little J Mac, who's struggling with his mental health, who thinks he's a loser, who thinks he's that you can make a career out of this, out of pain. You can use it. So yeah, support the book. The clash is in June. Keep an eye out for that. The footage will be up. The footage of me getting my ass handed to me by Shawnee B. Respect to my opponent Shawnee B as well. He's become a friend since. The footage of that fight will be out soon. So anybody who fancies, because I'm sure there's plenty out there who'd love to see me get punched in the face, I'll share that with you guys as well. And yeah, man, just stay locked in, bro. And for anybody who needs any support, anyone who needs any help, anything like that, just my DMs are always open to people, man. I'm not as intimidating as I come across.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I'll double that. You're not following this brother, check him out. He's worth a check out, and I guarantee you, once you check him out, you'll stay for a while, if not for the whole period. Thank you, brother. I thank you all for coming to the Logic Lounge with Fleazy Jones. That's me, episode 74, brought to you by the brother Block Legend 7. Shouts out to Block. Shouts out to all y'all for sticking around. Shouts out to J Mag. Man, shouts out to ING, the whole squad, man. J Mag, before I get up out of here, you know I got to end it. I always end it. I tell them, living off good instinct counts. So always keep your lives. Y'all be safe.
No, bro. Thank you.
Love you, brother.